Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the breakdown. This was the final week leading up into our Stage 4 Major, which is in Columbus. We will be there live. Zinni, how are we feeling today?
I'm feeling good, man. Today's matches were quick. It was 9-0 map count on this beautiful Sunday in Dallas, Texas. Like you said, we're off to Columbus in the coming days, and we watched Partying live from there. But had some crazy matches, some crazy moments. Excited to break it all down for you here. Appreciate you guys tuning in live, and let's get into it.
Yeah. So we actually have a couple of new segments for you guys. We actually have two new ones for you today. We're not going to spoil them, but the first one is our first segment coming up, which is the weekend overview.
Welcome to the weekend review, where I think it's pretty self-explanatory. We're going to run you guys through the weekend briefly, just because I'm not sure if some of you guys may have been unable to catch all of the matches live. So we'll kick it off with giving you some of the results. Starting off, we had a Toronto Ultra 2-3L to the Vegas Legion. That was sort of a huge match for Legion and their confidence.
Huge win for the Legion there. I believe it goes all the way down to a Game 5, Round 11, which I believe we're going to be taking a look at that in the deep dive. So moving forward, we're changing the deep dive segment a little bit. We'll do it today for you guys. But yeah, huge Game 5 win for Vegas. Gives them some momentum. That was for them to actually secure their winner's bracket spot, which they did, and that's the first time that they've done that in CDL history.
Wow.
So shouts out to the Vegas Legion. They're looking good. And that was also a little bit of a bad blood matchup between Scrappy and Standy ends up coming out on top of that one.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of my favorite matches of the weekend, right? You had that extra oomph behind it, right? You got the Standy Scrap rivalry, new Vegas roster trying to clinch that champ spot. They're currently competing with Rocker. They're both tied in CDL points going into Major 4, so make sure to look out for that. We had an Optic 3-0 against LAG. Not much to talk about there. A 3-2 FaZe Rocker match, which FaZe takes in round 11 fashion versus Rocker.
We had a couple Game 5 round 11s, and today was just not the case. We had 9-0 map count today. We'll get to that a little bit later. But yeah, FaZe squeak one out against Minnesota. And FaZe, if they lose that round 11, they are 2-3.
They squeaked one out?
They squeaked one out.
All right.
Round 11, they almost got reverse swept by Minnesota, but they hang on by the hairs on their chin.
Yes.
They win around 11. They could have been 2-3 heading into the weekend, and that could have meant a FaZe versus Optic round 1 match.
And that would have been insane.
Which we're not going to get, unfortunately. You can take the next matchup. We're moving on into Saturday's matches, which were 4.
Yeah, London lose 1-3. We're not going to talk too much about that. London obviously have been falling short all year long, similar to LAG. A 3-1 Vegas win over Florida, not much to discuss there. The Optic Breach matchup is an interesting one. It was 3-1 to Optic, but Optic actually get outslayed. Still win the series 3-1.
By 17 kills, I believe. If I'm remembering that correctly off the top of my head, I don't have the notes in front of me because it's hard to keep all of this intact, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, Boston's going to piss me the fuck off.
Yeah, they outslay by 17 kills and end up losing 3-1 to Optic. And that's our first round matchup. One of our winners round 1 matchups is Boston versus Optic at the Major. Why are they going to piss you off?
Because they lost a 7v3 in control earlier.
We'll be taking a look at that a little bit later.
It was one of the worst things I've seen in a while.
Yeah, it was not ideal coming from them.
Unbelievable.
But Boston is still a scary round 1 matchup. They end up taking us out in winners round 1 at our Major, and we end up coming all the way back from the losers bracket to end up getting second place to Toronto. History repeats itself. We're going to be seeing them again in about 4 days on that main stage, Zin. Next match.
I want you to talk to me about the Seattle versus FaZe matchup. It was Seattle 3-0. Obviously, Seattle's a team that at any given moment could pop off and take over and dominate even teams like FaZe. Talk to me about Seattle. Talk to me about what you saw there.
Well, we have back-to-back matchups here for Seattle on our schedule. They 3-0 FaZe, and they just look amazing. So Seattle, it's crazy because there's a stat out there, and their season right now has gone the exact same as last year. They got second place, 9th through 12th, and then 5th through 6th, and then the next event, they won. And right now, they're hitting form. They 3-0 FaZe, and there were some close sequences in the match, but still, a 3-0 over FaZe is a 3-0. FaZe does not get swept very often. And Seattle does it again today over LAG. They go 6-0 map count this weekend. Looking hot going into the Major. They're looking like they're catching some steam.
Yeah, so then, like you said, we saw Seattle back-to-back. They 3-0 LAG. LAG has this problem, especially in control, where they're in winning positions. They go up 2-0. They have a player frying. This time it was Assault. Last time it was Joe Deceives. They just can't close out these maps. And I'm not sure how it's happening, but
they go 0-5.
Thieves dominate Rocker. The map 1 was a bang out. It was insane, down to the wire. Not talking HBO. And
good one.
Thank you. And Thieves get it done in 3. I mean, maps 2 and 3, it was like...
It was a bloodbath.
Imagine me versus my dad on Shipment. My dad's never played Call of Duty.
It's a bloodbath.
I'd fuck him up.
Yes. It's just a sheer bloodbath.
And that's what happened for Thieves to Rocker.
Thieves look good as well. I think if we have like some of our contenders for the event, we got obviously Optic, Seattle, Thieves. You can never count out FaZe.
Never. And
Vegas.
My dark horse is Vegas.
Dark horse Vegas.
My dark horse is Vegas.
Is it a dark horse, though? They're 4-1.
Yes, it's still a dark horse because no one thinks that they're going to win.
I don't think they're going to win.
Exactly.
I think they
That's
can make
why
a run.
they're the dark horse.
I think they can make a run. I think they've been looking a lot better since Standy's been brought up into the lineup, but I don't think they're going to win the event. Yeah. But prove me wrong, Vegas. If you prove me wrong, I would be surprised, but obviously I love the guys on Vegas, so...
Our final match, I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, it was a bottle show from Boston Breach. That control we're going to be taking a look at a little bit later on the deep dive. But yeah, Breach just end up throwing some maps there against New York.
Wasn't good.
Well, they almost came back in the search and destroy. To be fair, New York was, I believe, up 5-1. They almost bring it all the way back, and they fall a little bit short. I believe they lost 6-4. So that is our weekend recap. Anything that really jumped out at you from these matches, and then we'll move on?
Nah, I mean, my favorites of the weekend, of course, you got that Vegas Ultra matchup. I loved seeing Standy versus Scrap. I loved what went into that from the community perspective. We had like another reason to watch, right? Like everybody wanted to see who was going to win that initial battle, and I don't think it's over yet. So Vegas versus Ultra, also that FaZe 3-0 when they get slammed by Seattle stood out to me. I think that could be a change in the tide, no pun intended, for Seattle when... that's a team that's
nice
all confidence.
Play on words.
And I want to talk about Sib for a second real quick, just because I think he's the one guy. I think Pred has been pretty consistently dominant all year long.
Yeah.
I don't think Sib has consistently reached the form that we saw him at last year until about now. Like right now, he's playing like the Sib that he can play at, like that level.
He has a .98 on the stage.
But he's having some crazy maps.
He's not playing completely out of his mind, but he's
getting there.
We've seen flashes of brilliance from him. He's one of the most talented flexes in the league. But he does have a .98 on the stage. So it's not like he's just laying it down. But if Sib plays well, Lamar's been playing better. Mac has been playing better.
Yep.
Seattle looks like they might be hitting some form. But that is our weekend review for you guys. We had some great matches, and I can't wait for the next matches to pick up next weekend in Columbus. In our next segment, I'll give this one to you, Zin.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know it, you love it. Welcome to the Team of the Week, the breakdown Team of the Week, where myself and Scump, we join minds.
Scump? You're calling me Scump now?
For the show.
All right. It's all right.
Myself and Abner, it's like Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. We touch rings, and automatically, poof, we have 4 players for you guys. This week's a little different. I have to say it. There are way more than 4 players that deserve to be on the breakdown Team of the Week.
Correct.
But these players stood out to us. And we did things a little different this time around. Usually we'll do 2 ARs and 2 subs. This one...
Did we?
This one we had no choice but to switch it up a little bit just based on what we saw, the impact these players made, the plays they were making, and how impactful they were. So, without further ado...
You want me to kick us off, or do you want to
kick us off with number 1?
Our number 1 player on the breakdown Team of the Week. I believe he was on last week. It's Tyler Abizi Ferris.
I mean, he went 38-12 in that Hydro hardpoint. He has been a dominant force for FaZe all season long. Yes, they lose 3-0 to Seattle. I don't think it was, I think it was just a collective effort from Seattle to be dominant.
This map alone that you're watching on your screen, this Hydro against Minnesota, solidifies him in the Team of the Week for this week.
It's like this was a pub. This was a pub.
A walking 3-piece. That was the most dominant hardpoint performance we've seen in a very long time. That was just a masterclass. He hit flow state and did not stop. The kid was going crazy, Zin.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say about him. He's been arguably the best SMG in the game all year long. He had a 1.12 overall KD in Stage 4. That's very impressive given the pace he's playing at. Like, he is dropping a 1.1 and he's sprinting at you every life. He dropped a 1.36 in that crazy 38-12 series where he goes 38-12 on Hydro. Drops 1.36 there. 4.57 kills per minute on that hydro hard point, which is nuts.
That is nuts. That is like playing a pub. He has a 1.12 overall on the stage with 2,900 damage per 10 minutes in hard point. He's getting 0.8 kills per round in search with a 1.05 with a 25% first blood percentage with a 1.1 in control. The kid is just consistent across every game mode, and that's why he's on our team of the week.
Absolutely. And I think I'm just going to get right into our next player.
Absolutely. Please do.
He's a fan favorite.
I'm a fan.
I want to see this chat spamming Bruce right now. Ladies and gentlemen,
it's Big Brucey. Big old Brucey.
Big Brucey with a big old weekend, a big old stage. I mean, right now on the stage, he has a 1.11. They are considered by many the best team in the world right now. Pro players, fans, everybody. It's hard to argue right now.
It's hard to argue right now. We've seen pro players going on everywhere saying that this team in scrims is just absolutely slamming. And we talk about their turnaround ever since, they had a little bit of a rough spurt when the team first joined. But now, ever since then, it looks like Dan's getting comfortable with Brandon. Obviously, he's the flex. Brandon's the main. And it looks like they're starting to find some cohesion on the map alongside the sub duo. We could not have Brandon on here. He's got a 1.11 overall, a 1.17 in hard point with 2,700 damage per 10 minutes. 0.7 kills per round with a 1.11 in S&D and a 1.04 in control. Just consistent.
He's the only player positive in that series versus Boston. Goes to show that this team is not just all slaying. They're not just willing their wins, right? They're not just slamming teams in the slaying column. Brandon drops a 1.22. The rest of the team goes negative, but that teamwork and just that cohesion catapults Optic to that next level. Bruce had an unreal stage, and we look forward to watching him at the upcoming major.
Yep, absolutely. Without further ado, that's Big Brucey. We hope him nothing but success at the next one because we are the Optic fanboys. But next up, we've got him. He was on last week as well. It's Standy. Eli has been going ridiculously crazy. Ever since he's joined this Vegas team, people were looking at that change and saying, is it a good one? And clearly, it is.
I mean, a 1.23 on the stage, that is the highest KD for an SMG player. The only person above him is Octane at a 1.32 on that AR. Octane's, of course, had an unreal stage as well.
Correct.
Standy has just completely transformed this Vegas roster. Like Vegas before, they were competitive. They had super close hard points. They were great at search. Standy has elevated not only the team, but every single player around him. TJ looks more comfortable. Donnie and Clay are doing their thing. I'm a little shocked. Like, I did not think Standy's impact would be this insane.
He's up there.
And he is taking over.
In the top 5 submachine gun conversation, it's hard to deny Standy right now. Looking at his stats for the stage, I know it's an online qualifier. People usually take online with a grain of salt in Call of Duty, but he has a 1.23 overall, 1.3 in hardpoint, a 1.58 in search with a 0.92 kills per round, and a 1.01 in control. It's hard to deny him right now. He's made this Vegas Legion team a lot better.
He dropped his giant nutsack on Ultra, his former team that were talking shit about him. He dropped a 1.5. Like, it was like the South Park episode where they're just jumping on their balls.
Yes.
That was Standy against Ultra. Just dropping nutsack all over. It was like a...
And I want to throw an honorable mention.
Nuts.
I want to throw an honorable mention out there before we get into our final player. I want to throw an honorable mention to Hook right now.
Yep.
Hook has been unbelievable for this Optic roster as of late. He has the highest KD in Search and Destroy right now with a 2.14, averaging 1.04 kills per round. I just want to throw that out there. The guy's been unbelievable as of late. Ever since Stage 3, really, Kyler's been turning up his game. I just want to throw that out there before we get into our final player on the team.
Let me follow you up, and real quick, shout out to Octane. He has a 1.32 overall KD on the stage. His hill time is insane. He's been playing lights out. So shout out to Octane. I mean, the kid's been unreal, and he's making an argument for one of the best players. He is one of the best players in the world right now. He's in that top 2, top 3 AR. I mean, he's undoubtedly a top 2, top 3 AR in the game.
It's hard to deny him. Thieves are also looking good. It's going to be a great major. Do you want to introduce our final player on the team of the week, Zin?
Sure, bro. I will. Pred, welcome to the team of the week, bro.
This guy He's the Thunder from down under. The guy's been unbelievable ever since he's came into the league. He gets Rookie of the Year last year.
I'm tired of gassing him up, dude.
Yeah, he's pissing me off.
It's going to fucking anger me, dude.
He's pissing me off with how much we've got to gas him up.
But pop him with a pin.
The past 2 online stages, not this one, he's had the number 1 overall KD. This stage, he is not the number 1 overall KD, which is kind of crazy at this point to even think about because he's been doing it so consistently. The glaze is real. Yeah,
I mean, there's glaze everywhere, but how can you not have him, especially given what we just saw this weekend? They 3-0 FaZe in dominant fashion. Like, dominating FaZe is no easy task. I mean, it takes...
They don't get 3-0'd often.
It takes your stars to be shining, and they were shining, let me tell you that. Today, obviously, they win 3-0. Little less impressive versus LAG compared to FaZe, but...
Not their fault. They
read
us
some stats. A 1.5 against FaZe.
Yeah, that's nuts. A 1.5 versus FaZe.
1.5 against FaZe.
It's a nutty stat.
He has the number 1 Slayer rating in the CDL.
It's hard to deny him.
Yeah.
He's been a superstar ever since he's came into the league. An Australian player. We've been seeing a lot more foreign talent come out, just not NA talent, and he is a front runner when it comes to that conversation. He's got a 1.14 overall. He's got a 0.98 in hardpoint, which is kind of hard to even fathom. He has a 1.74 in search.
That's and a good search play.
And a 1.23 in control. The kid's nuts. Number 1 Slayer in the league right now. There's not enough we can say about him.
Look, that roster would be nice.
Yeah, we have 3 subs on there, but I think it's rightfully so in this scenario.
We had no choice this time around. Ideally, we'll give you 2 SMGs and 2 ARs. If we were going to put another AR in there, you're looking at someone like Draza, who had a 1.16 this stage. He played very well. Octane, of course, 1.32. So the Thieves ARs brought it. Scrap at a 1.11.
It's also worth noting this is team of the week, not team of the split.
Exactly.
So this is our team of the week. This is what we saw this week. That impressed us. Let's get into our new and improved, I think, segment of the deep dive. So we've selected some plays for you guys that we thought were influential throughout the weekend, and we're going to break them down and tell you guys what's going on in these scenarios. We have Search and Destroy, we have Control, we have Hardpoint, we have every single game mode we're going to be breaking down here. We also have all of the round 11s from the weekend. So, we have a good lineup of stuff. We have a good variety of things that we can talk about here. So without any further ado, let's hop in to the first one. This is going to be Las Vegas versus Toronto, a very heated match, and it's a P6 to P7 on Mercado. Let's talk about why this is so important, because we say it quite a bit.
I mean, this is just the rotation that you can almost guarantee 100 to 120 seconds on, right? That top green, because they're going to be forced to funnel pretty much one way. They're going to spawn hedge side, or they're going to wrap around back barber. And it's a pretty, I mean, you're going to have at least 3 players who can just tend to whatever side of the map they're coming from.
Yeah, right here, I just want to point this out very quick. You see Toronto on this side of the map. This is the preferred side for this. You want to hold this side. Obviously, P7 rotates back here to the back taco truck. So right now, Toronto's doing everything right, but Vegas is in the opportune position here. They have Standy up top on a 6 streak, and these are freebies at this point. Whenever they're just flooding through this hill, it's just it's a freebie.
But the problem is Ultra wiped the teammate's hedge. Standy's getting pinched, and he's forced to go big. Unfortunately, he can't make the kills, and what should have been a Vegas hold, based on, to be fair on Ultra's end, they're spawning that back alley. They can just chuck stuns and nades over towards hedge. So those players' hedge are kind of in a rough spot if there's not 1 or even 2 trophies there.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, Vegas were in the opportune spot. But Ultra here have rotation to P7, which they lose some time on top green. It got a little scrappy, no pun intended.
Sure.
But that's a perfect setup on P7. Look at number 1 there. That's scrap. He's pushed out T.
But I just want to... They kind of have to forfeit this end time, and you see Hixie kind of overextend a little bit there, and we'll fast forward. They end up getting the kills, and they end up getting a perfect P7 hold. And this is why we always say that this chain right here can really bring a team back into Mercado. And you see it here. Toronto, they just get a good hold, full 60 seconds. If they end up breaking that P6 hill, they just get so much time, and it just ends up working out for them. But let's move on. We're going to go to round 3 Vegas in the Search and Destroy. This is Control. Oh, it's last map, sorry. We're going to go round 3 Vegas. And I want to point out this play from Donnie because I really loved this strat from the boys. So here we go. You see this early aggression. They start hitting through the B side of the map. They're going through rugs.
Are we looking for search?
Yes, round 3 search.
Oh, round 3 search. Okay.
Yes, they hit through rugs right here. TJ gets blooded, but I believe there is a 2-for-1 trade here right after this. Bang, bang.
Sure.
But now watch. They start pushing through that B-bomb. And look at Donnie.
This was a beautiful play.
I love this play.
I mean, Ultra are forced to wrap back. They can't. No one's reading this type of play. And I feel like we don't see these plays as much as we used to. Like the late pinch, something like this.
It's beautiful. They cannot do anything. Donnie has the perfect weapon for this. He knows they're going to be rotating back through their side to try to contest this B bomb because they just got double traded at B. And you'll see it play out. Not going to skip ahead because he kills them in less than 10 seconds. He just hits that quick pinch, and they're sitting ducks.
I mean, that's just a beautiful heads-up play from Don. Like I said, I feel like we used to see late pinches a lot more in Search, like back in the old days of Search. I could be over-exaggerating it, but a great heads-up play from Donnie there. Ultra, there's nothing you can do there. I mean, that's not their fault. That's just an incredible play from Don.
Yeah, an incredible play. Great play call from Vegas as well. They're a good Search team. That's one of the reasons why you see a beautiful late pinch there. Next up, we're going to be taking a look at the round 11 Florida versus Vegas.
I mean, this
map number 2, Florida was up 1-0 in this. So this could have been 2-0 on the side of Florida, but Tej, when you need him most, gets you a big old 2-piece.
Last time we saw him in a similar scenario, and he tweeted he had an AR through a stun. Next thing you know, he had a Vaznev or whatever it was. Maybe it was opposite.
But you see it again. Brack hits through the same way Donnie does. He hits through those stairs. They think there's aggression going towards B side. Hits through the stairs, gets a pick, and gets lost. Now we're looking at a 2v2 scenario. And again, this was big.
Yeah, I mean, the context on this match was huge. I mean, Vegas and Rock are in that race for champs, and now they're tied because Vegas won a match like this. So Vegas, this was pretty much a must-win round for them. Going down 2-0 in the series versus Florida, they would have had that momentum. And, I mean, we know how it ends. It goes down to a Clay and Brack 1v1.
Yep,
Brack's
we're going to fast forward a little bit.
And fellow here tries closing those doors. Standy gets one.
Standy
the trade
says
is
no.
in from Brack.
And then here we go. I want to see it again. I want to see that emote in the chat right this second, ladies and gentlemen. The snake off of all snake offs that we've seen this year. Brack just going absolutely crazy. That left stick is screaming. And Clayster wasn't very happy about this one.
No, I mean, Clay somehow wins this. I'm not going to lie, watching that. I mean, to be fair, I feel like Brack played that very just, like, he was scared. He played it scared. Like, he should have chowed.
He could have hit, like, Clay was sitting there stunned that whole time. Brack could have just hit a quick pop-up and just insta-chowed him.
Yeah.
And it probably would have ended up working. But Brack, he delays it for too long. Clayster goes big and wins the round 11 for the Vegas boys. All right, next up.
This was a bang out.
This was a huge blunder on the side of Florida.
Huge.
And it just keeps happening to these guys. It keeps happening. I wanted to talk about it. Right whenever it happened, I was raging. So let's play this. Right here, you see P2.
Look at number 2.
It's the end of the game. And look at number 2 on your mini-map right now. Look at number 2. He's back
Standy
milk.
versus Brack. Brack is trying to watch that milk pinch. I'm not sure if he's even... What's he looking at? Is he trying to watch like an angle? Is he splitting his screen to snap on gas? And so right now what Brack is doing, he's looking sort of at the milk truck.
How do we get the thing off so we can...
I'm not sure if it's possible, to be honest.
It's not the end of the world. But number 2,
he's splitting his screen. So basically right now, Brack, he's playing the snap. He's trusting his skill. He's looking towards like Xbox and mid-map, and he's looking gas and top gas and bottom gas. Wherever he sees a player, he's going to snap left or right. So it's risky, but he does have a lot to watch. I would have preferred him just to get in the spot and watch gas solely.
But this fights everything. You'll see what happens. Number 2, Standy gets a kill from back gas. He gets the intro blood. Messes with Brack the whole time. His teammates are finding kills on the other side. Now Fellow is tweaking in the hill because they're getting pinched from both sides and ends up losing them the game. This actually happened to us against you guys. Similar fashion.
Yeah, so
you killed Ant at gas and then killed me in the back on hill or some shit.
That's what happened. Methods pinched top gas. He killed Shotzzy. He actually gunned Shotzzy off the head. It was kind of crazy.
And you see the frustration.
And then he shot Scump in the back for the map win.
Yeah, and then you see the frustration on Florida. They know that they just made a huge blunder. If they just hold gas right there, they probably end up winning that map, and we go at Game 5. Florida easily could have won this series against Vegas, and it just goes to show how close these teams are in the CDL. Anybody can win.
Yep.
Next up, we've got a Round 11 Toronto versus Vegas. Here we go. Another round 11. We said we were going to show you guys the round 11s.
Love a nice little round 11, man. Nothing better in Call of Duty than a round 11.
And this is a big one as well. This is a huge round 11. This is for Vegas. They're 2-1 at this point.
This is the grudge match.
This is to secure them winners bracket.
Pause. What a play right here. So
Standy said he called this.
Donnie's going to use this streak. Standy said in the post-game interview he knew that they were double stacking B. When a streak gets called in, where are you going to go? You're going to go inside. You're going to be bottom hotel bottom bed, top bed, or in B. You know mid's open. So you know what he says? He says, yo, take over mid, hit their base. There's nothing they can do.
Take full map control.
They have no one watching right now.
And you'll see it here. It still ends up being a super mixy round. It's not like this play call could have guaranteed them the round. Scrap finds one, and it gets hairy really quickly. There's smoke on the ground.
A huge kill from a huge two-piece from Standy.
Yeah. Standy's been impressing me a lot. There's been a lot of pressure riding on his shoulders, obviously, with the switch. He's playing his old team. In a round 11, game 5, he makes the play call. He makes the play. He gets a two-piece in their back spawn to end up winning them that round 11 and solidifying them winners bracket for the first time. And we'll see him.
You see Standy. He's just sitting there like this.
Yeah.
Like this.
What do we think about the celebration, the pop-off? Was that an L pop-off?
No, listen, man. I think it was respectable. He didn't go over the top. It's not like, what's he going to do? Get up and start slapping his ass?
I don't know.
He's not Repulse.
Yeah. I don't know what he's supposed to do there, but Standy, been impressing us. A round 11 clutch. Speaking of round 11s, we've got another one for you. We had quite a bit of round 11s here, and another game 5 as well.
This one would have been huge for Rocker. Every single win for Rocker in Vegas are huge. They are... Once again, I've said it a lot. They are tied in CDL points. You need every single match win you can get, and Rocker would have loved to have this one.
Yeah, round 11 here. Fame on the chopsticks, hold the swoosh. They start off on a slow B default. They're just kind of probing for info, looking what they can get on the map, and then they hit that A rotation. And I feel like every single time teams hit the A rotation, it always goes bad. Bance shoots a little preemptively right there. It happens to the best of us, ladies and gentlemen. He shoots a little preemptively. Simp ends up getting out.
Seljum, he's not an easy kill. He's just patrolling top bed. Simp finds blood, and that's an unfortunate
13.
one for Bance. I'm pretty sure, I think you just know Bance is upset with getting blooded there. He's trying to make a play for information. Next thing you know, it's 3v2 phase, and Rocker are thinking, you know what? A slasher gets sent to hell right there.
Yeah.
He gets blown away. He's in the better spot there, and he just gets incinerated. Next thing you know, 2v2, and looking at this setup, Rocker should have the advantage here.
Yeah.
Until Fame lays down back door.
In B-Bomb, you always have the advantage unless you get wallbanged, I feel like. There's so many snakeheadies in there. You can get wallbanged through them, like through the metal and through the back wall, but it's just a blunder. This would have been a huge match for Minnesota to get. They obviously end up losing the round 11. Simp goes huge. It's worth noting. And Roger, I think one of your cameras is dying in here. But yeah, big clutch up there for the boys on FaZe. Big win for them.
Some of these matches, that Vegas, it could change a lot, right? Imagine Rocker win that and Vegas lose versus Ultra. They're different seeds. They're no longer tied in CDL points. So these round 11s, they pack a punch, and boy, do we love watching them. What's next for us?
We're going back to Florida versus Vegas. We're looking at a P1 to a P2 on Mercado. One of the most important times in the match. We talked about P6 to P7. Now we're talking about this one. You always hear us. You want to maintain that green control.
Exactly. Right now, number one, it's kind of his sole duty to watch Hedge. He's getting overpowered. He gets weak, so he repositions. Good play from Clay, and Florida's sort of forced to hit through mid and get kills, then start pinching tunnel. Now it's a 2v2. Make it a 2v1. Just a good hold there, especially, you push Florida back, you stagger their push, the spawns are in. Florida do spawn close T or gate, so they're going to try pushing out number 3, and ultimately their goal here, you want to do like a 2-1-1 or a 2-2. The goal is to pinch green.
Yep.
Hedge, honestly, I think tunnel's the best spot to break from.
Yeah, you get an AR watching over you. You get a sub running down that right side. Vickle wins a big 1v1 right there, but they still have green control. And you see this, they get the spawns. Look at those spawns. They all spawn bottom green. If you hold it, they will come, and you will keep spawning there over and over. So it's just a big point in the game for Vegas. Florida ends up getting some kills here. I think Standy pops 2, goes big again. We can't talk enough about the guy. And now it's just a straight-up bang out. But Vegas do a good job early to maintain that green control. And then, boom, Tej comes in. And it looks like Florida actually end up breaking in.
I mean, listen, Florida is spawning hedge. What's Vegas doing? They're spawning up back alley, and they're chucking stuns and nades over that small roof because at the very, very least, they're just staggering their push. They're trying to slow down Florida by any means necessary. Now we're rotating to Tin Hill.
Well, we're done with that clip.
I
just wanted to highlight the P1 to P2 right there, and I think that's the same clip. Yep, I doubled up on it. Next up, we're going to be looking at this control round. It's the end of the control round.
Man.
LAG versus Seattle.
LAG just can't close the control out, man.
Right here, Assault 17 and 6. I just wanted to talk about these spawns really quick because watch these spawns come in. So right here, LAG is on the offensive side. They didn't finish their tick on A. Whoops, sorry about that. They don't finish their tick on A, and look what happens here. Exceed, putting some shots into Mac. They all spawn back A, right? Exceed, top grill, gets one, gets traded. Alec gets one in their spawn. Now, this guy's left top tower, but look at these spawns.
Yeah, that one's confusing because you think that number one is blocking back right, and it's not even like anybody's pushed up in a position to block back left.
This confused the hell out of me because number one is here, and they spawn back B. This should have been the spawn, but the spawn that they get honestly just ends the round.
I mean, LAG. Yeah, I mean, Assault thinks he's spawning them back left, I would have to assume. Next thing you know, they're spawning to his right.
Or maybe they know something.
I mean, it's better for LAG to spawn Seattle all the way out there, but just based on the positioning that LAG had, there was no one influencing or blocking that back left spawn, so that one confuses me.
Yeah.
It confuses you. Maybe there's something we don't know. You're right.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about it because I thought that was interesting. It basically ices the round for LAG, and the spawn just didn't really make much sense to me. That's why I wanted to highlight it. Next up, we've got the match from today, Minnesota, the purple, Minnesota versus Thieves, and
this is what you can't allow to happen.
Can't allow this one to happen.
Run it back.
Sorry.
Give me a click or two back. Right here. Perfect. Okay, look at Rocker. This is Anvil Hill. This is the perfect scenario. They are spawning back gate. They're spawning back P3. This is where you put them in the demon trap. You secure this 30 seconds. Then you go full 60 P1. Somehow, some way, Thieves walk right through open doorways and find 4 and immediately reflip Rocker. That has changed that map.
It is very hard to 4 dead coming out of that spawn trap. And it's just something that Rocker can't allow to happen there. Thieves end up winning this map by like 5 points or something like that.
Because of that right there. I'll say it right there. If Rocker hold that and then they hold the P1 spawn trap, I mean, they're most likely winning this map.
Because Thieves just goes ahead and does it right back to him. Thieves put him in that trap. It's a demon trap. Thieves blocking stone down here, number 7, and it's just going to keep forcing Rocker into this back spawn trap. And you guys have seen Al-Bagra control before. This spawn trap is very hard to get out of. Thieves do a great job breaking out. I wanted to highlight it because it was a big turning point in this game, and they just end up flipping those spawns. So shouts out to Thieves. They end up winning the map by about 5 points. Next, we're going to be looking at 2 scenarios here in our final map on the deep dive, and it's the final map of the day that we saw today. Zinni, you're going to have to rewatch it for me. I'm sorry.
I mean, this is just impressive. I mean, right here is kind of
This is the first round.
Yeah, I mean, the clock was against Boston here. It's going to come down to Skies on that point, and he makes a big kill on the guy on the point, and then they just don't have time to touch. But Nero somehow grenades himself. Obviously, I don't think he meant to do that.
They could have been getting on time here.
Right here?
Boston, yeah, they could have been getting on time. They have the life advantage the whole time. It's 7 to 5, 7 to 6.
To be fair, someone's on the point.
It might be nitpicking.
Someone's on the point contesting. They don't actually. I mean, it's a lot easier to say that in hindsight.
Correct.
We have X-ray vision. We know where people are.
Maybe nitpicking.
Right here, they know Kismet's on the point. They're expecting him to snake and pop up. You see Joe goes for that kill, can't close it out.
Yep.
Nero's going to grenade himself, and then it goes from this to that. And
Hydra with a big pinch.
Hydra gets a kill. Hydra does get traded.
They kill the guy on point,
but
and
Caesar finds one. They can't even touch.
Yep. It was a big round win.
Don't even show me this last round, dude.
Big round win for New York. We're going to fast forward ahead here to the final round, the final sequence. I'm sure you guys remember it if you were watching with us on the watch party. If not, you're in for a doozy because this was an absolute breakdown. Word to the name of the show. Let's keep on going. It's a little bit ahead. And they had about 3 lives. So we'll play it from this point right here. It's 11-3. I'm going to pause it right here. Look at the mini-map. It's 11-3 in lives. Boston to keep the series alive.
I mean,
look at the mini-map.
This is insane.
Look at the mini-map.
Number 4, Nero, your only job here is to not die. Play your life. Let everybody else die around you. They shouldn't die, but you need to be the last guy alive. Just press play.
Yeah, we'll press play. We'll see how this unfolds. New York, Hydra with 1. Everyone on New York gets 1, basically. Hydra with the first. Their setup starts to slow down a little bit. Caesar gets 1. Priesta kills 1. L-Desk. Hydra gets 1 in the back. And then I don't know who kills top bed. It's got to be Caesar. Yep. And then that right there is just a full-on bottlage.
That is what you call a full-on breakdown.
Yeah.
I mean, that is an...
And let's look at the reaction from Beans.
Beans lost his head, as he should, because that is an unacceptable round from any pro-level team. I don't care if you're in 12th place, 1st place, 6th place. Any team making a mistake like that is an unacceptable mistake.
Yeah, it's a big-time mistake. It cost them the map. It cost them the series. And now they're playing Optic round number 1. It's going to be an absolute grueler of a matchup. And that's going to do it for Deep Dive. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little new spin on it, trying to cross against different game modes, different series. We will get better at it, obviously. This was week 1. We have like 10, 12 tabs open, so it is a little bit more difficult to do than the other one because we were just reviewing one map.
Let us know what you prefer.
Yeah.
I think this is better. You get more variety, different matches, different moments, round 11s. I think this is ideal.
Sure. We have Pred now, so
here we go.
Now we will be running the 1v2. Sorry for the delay. Sorry to Pred as well.
There he is, Danny Phantom. Appreciate you.
We have Pred.
Yo, you hear us?
What's going on, boys? I can hear you now.
We hear you. We can't see you. You're invisible right now.
Yeah, Riley, we can't see him.
Don't worry. We'll see you any moment. But hey, listen, at least we can hear you now.
Yeah, what's up, baby? How you feeling after that big old weekend of yours?
Oh man, I'm feeling good, man. I'm happy with how the team's been playing, man. You know, like we're a team that can win championships. We just need to all start peaking at the same time, and I feel like it's finally starting to come together. So yeah, I'm over the moon for that for sure.
Absolutely. I know Zin wants to say something.
No, listen. Don't worry. We'll get to that. First off, good shit this good shit this weekend, kid. You guys have been playing lights out. You obviously have had yet another dominant season. So dominant that you have someone follow you around at events with a camera, like you're Jordan, making these documentaries. But yeah, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. Good shit this weekend.
Of course.
Why don't you kick them off with our first question?
Yeah, Pred, I gotta ask you, AG. So obviously you come from Australia, which is very, very far away from here. How crazy has your journey been?
Holy shit, that's a tight zip. Go ahead.
Go ahead and roast him real quick.
Jesus Christ, I'd pop you with a pin. Just one little right in the bicep.
It's like Bubble Boy.
Yeah, one little pin. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut. Sorry, I just saw you and I was like, Jesus.
But how crazy has the journey been from Australia to now playing here, being renowned as Rookie of the Year last year, now one of the best players, one of the best submachine gun talents we've seen in recent history in the league. Just tell me a little bit about the journey to now.
Honestly, man, it's honestly crazy when I think back. Like, I mean, only 2 years ago, I was just sitting in my bed in Australia across the world, 16 hours away. So for me to, transition my life and just leave my whole family behind and, just move into a whole new country of people that I'd never met in my life, never spoke to in my life, just a bunch of strangers, it was a lot of pressure on me because obviously a lot of Australians in the league haven't had longevity in the CDL. So for me, it was, obviously a lot of pressure, a lot of doubts.
Sorry, Denz.
So,
keep going.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me it was it was obviously a bit nerve-wracking, but yeah, I mean couldn't be happier, man, to be where I am right now.
Yeah, I mean you're killing it, and it's an absolute joy to watch you. We love to watch you on the mini map. Zin, go ahead.
How did you where did you start? Did you look up to anybody? How did Pred come to be, if that makes sense?
It happened in Black Ops 2, honestly. I actually told Seth this one time after I beat him at champs.
Okay, that's insane.
Which is insane. Dude, those bullets should have hit whenever you were top balk on what map was it? What was that map called?
Tuscan.
Nah, I got cheese because whenever you jump with the MP40, sometimes the bullets would go. I got cheesed. But go ahead.
But yeah. So for me, it started all in Black Ops 2. I used to watch Seth and Nate when they used to do their Road to Master YouTube series. I used to watch that every day. I'd miss days of school watching that stuff. I'd play rank play every day, just trying to get master, and like that's where it all began. Honestly, I just started grinding Black Ops 2 rank play, and I was watching like Seth and Nades, all their videos like every day. I was missing school, like I'd act like I was sick so I could just watch the YouTube videos. I would watch them like religiously, like all the time. Miss plenty of days of school. And that's where it really started. And then I just made in Australia we have this thing called Cyber Game. It's like game battles in Australia, and I just started playing that with my friends. And eventually as the years went on, like I just started realizing that I was really good, but I never thought I'd be where I am now. No way. If you told me that 5 years ago, I wouldn't be able to like believe that at all.
Yeah. I feel like that's how a lot of it starts for a lot of people. They start playing games with their friends. They discover, cyber game battles, whatever it may be, and then they take their game to the next level. You kind of have to leave your friends in the dust. You're getting way too good.
Yeah, exactly what happened.
Yep, exactly. I feel like that's a story for a lot of people. But we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty a little bit. Obviously, the whole optic thing was going on. I don't know if anybody's really asked you if or how it affected your team's morale, because obviously stage 2, you guys struggled a little bit, but now we're starting to see that Seattle come back to form, the Seattle that we know you guys can be. Did that moment affect you guys at all, or was it more so just like a practice thing?
It's a bit of both. I'm not going to sit here and completely say that it wasn't, obviously didn't affect us, because like our practice got delayed a long time as well. We didn't play for a long, and I was in Australia as well. So like I was never going to fly back to America. Like I didn't want to come back not knowing what team I was going to be on. So for me, I was just sort of waiting for everything to unfold. So we didn't practice for a long time, and everyone was sort of, because like the deal was so close to being done, everyone was sort of like preparing their mindsets for what's next. So like we kind of we had to sort of like regroup and like realize like this is the situation now. So for us, it was just a bit of like I wouldn't say it affected, like no one was like mad about it. It was more about just we were just caught off guard in a way that we were all preparing for something else, and when we had to realize we had to all come back, and it was just a bit of like a unfortunate like timings. That's the best way I could put it.
Yeah, that's very fair. You were in Australia for a while as well. I mean,
yeah, I was there for a long time.
It was a crazy moment in the Call of Duty esports scene. But Zin, go ahead.
Yeah, so on the back of that question, just talk to us about sort of your team's inconsistency, because I guess my question is, why does a team with so much talent play below average at times, or average, right? Like I think both of us consider, or the whole community considers you guys like an upper echelon team, and sometimes some stages you guys just don't hit that mark. Is it a practice thing? Is it a certain player who you think is your X factor? Talk to us about, I guess, just your team overall.
I think it's a bit of both, I feel like for us, there is definitely times during practice, like during a stage of practice where like we're not playing or like trying to absolute 100%, because it can be draining to be a competitor sometimes, doing it's just it's very tough on the mind, just screaming every day, and like sometimes we just definitely drop off the intensity. But I feel like for us, like you said, we're obviously a very talented team. We've been playing for a long time, so for us it's like as a team we've been playing for a while. But so I don't know, like I honestly really don't know. We've always sat there and been like, we've always summed it up to practice, but I feel like it's just more like it's mainly the practice, honestly. I feel like we just don't practice as efficiently as we should sometimes. We kind of put the foot off the pedal sort of thing. And I think that's a number one thing. I feel like recently we've sort of to like understand like this roller coaster is obviously not good enough to go from second to last, or like top 3 or top 4 to like last or something like that. We just knew like that something had to change, and for us it was just staying on top of our practice and making sure we held each other accountable. Yeah,
practice is so important. It was one of the things that I always tried to preach when I was playing. Obviously, I had, spurts of being the goofy teammate and stuff like that. But as I got older, your practice reflects how you play in matches. Whenever the high scenarios come on, you just gotta get the head down and grind. So practice is very important, and that's how it be. But a crazy stat. I don't know if you know this, but you guys have the exact same placements as last year, going up to your major win. You guys got second, 9th through 12th, 5th through 6th, and then you won. I don't think that's counting the Pro AM. But is this your major to lose, AG?
I don't know. I saw that yesterday in one of my replies, and oh my God, I wish I never saw it, man, because that is insane. Like, it's literally the exact same way. Like, I don't know, man. It's crazy. It's crazy to see it like that, and a lot of people have sent me that photo, and like I've seen it, and I'm just thinking like, man, I hope it's true, but after seeing it, it definitely makes it like just sound crazy, like the script. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a crazy scenario for sure.
If it repeats itself, I'm gonna be mind blown. Like, I'm gonna you're going to have to come on the
in.
couch if you do win. Obviously, we're going to be there with you guys. You're going to have to come on. But if you guys do that, history repeats itself, and it's scary.
That is insane.
Go ahead, Zin.
AG, I got to ask you a heavy one here.
Goodness, Zin. Let the guy
I
breathe over there.
Listen. I already know what this question is.
I got to ask you a heavy one. Like, you're 3-0ing teams like FaZe, but why couldn't you beat me? Like, what was it about? What was it about me in the CDL that you never once beat me in like 5 attempts, and you can't even beat me in ranked when I'm playing with my girlfriend and her friends? Like, what is it about methods that when you see the game, like when you see the name, what is it? Is it like a mental thing? What is it?
So before I answer that question, I just want to say big thank you to you for retiring, because honestly, man, if you didn't retire, I don't think I could even win a championship.
That's good fucking gas.
I'm just very thankful, because you're obviously one of the most talented ARs in the game. So for me, getting you out the league is just such a blessing to me. I was so
sarcastic bastard. Yeah, thank you.
Hey, that's good gas.
I was so worried playing against you. Now, honestly, Zin, I don't know what it is, man. Every time we played you,
they were always bangers. They were always good.
I don't know. They were good, but there was like some games where like cap dropped 50. Like there was kill records happening. There was some crazy stuff. I mean,
it was always insane, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, your team just. I mean, I guess you guys just matched up well. You know, you and Lamar, like we just had good matchups. But
whoa, me and Lamar.
I couldn't beat you, and to me, it's kind of mind blowing to say that I could never beat Method, Zinni, and Anthony. Like that's just to me mind blowing.
He was beating. He was beating me, but he couldn't beat you.
And
it's
you'll
insane.
most likely.
So does that mean you're better than me?
Of course.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I'll give you that. Listen, I just wanted to ask a heavy hitting one. I appreciate the gas. Thank you.
Yeah. One more question. It's an easy one before we let you go. Sorry about the delay, by the way.
You're good. You're good.
But with a dominant win over FaZe, you guys 3-0 LAG today. I just want to know how you guys are feeling going into the major. I'm assuming you guys are on top of the world, and just tell me a little bit about how the practice has been going and how confident you guys are headed into it.
Look, we're very confident. I mean, I feel like for us, everyone's always known that S&D hasn't been the best. So I feel like for us personally, we've just been really trying to get good at S&D because we know the respawns can come to us kind of naturally. We're just a really good like respawn team. So my main focus especially has been S&D. I mean, I've just been grinding like VODs and stuff, just trying to make sure I can like elevate my S&D game, because I feel like that's something that in my career that I've always been like sort of average at. So I feel like as a team in general, though, that's just something that we've been really focusing on, and I'm just glad that the results are showing we can actually win a game 2 now and a game 5. So I feel like once we started winning those, that's when the results were going to start showing.
Yeah, when you guys are good at S&D, you guys are a serious threat. I mean, I want to give you some gas here. We were taking a look at some of the stats, and the work that you're putting in S&D is not going unnoticed.
1.74.
You have a 1.74 this stage in Search and Destroy. So whatever you're doing, keep that shit up. AG. Do you have anything else you want to ask? Or
one last thing, you want to go to Nobu tonight, bro? When we're done with the show, we go to Nobu or something.
I'm down, brother.
Yeah, I know you're always down. AG,
Zinni has Seth has a better impression than you.
Oh, go fuck yourself with that.
That's what I've been saying.
AG, thank you for coming on
Disneyland.
Yeah, we love you.
Sir.
We love you.
I appreciate you guys.
Thank you, brothers. Once again, sorry for the delay.
Yeah,
but,
AG, thank you, baby.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, boys and
appreciate you hopping on. Oh, he's an idiot.
Huh?
He's an idiot.
That guy's dumb, but he shoots fucking straight.
He shoots nice.
Next up, we have you.
Is this a brand new segment?
This is a brand new segment. Our second brand new segment of the day.
If you guys have been following our streams during the week, we've been showing a lot of love towards challengers, right? Welcome to Up Next. I mean, these are the players that are going to, us older players, we're starting to retire one by one. Players are starting to fall. New players are starting to rise. And
some of the new talent in the league has been absolutely shutting it down. I mean, just
players like Kremp have been impressive.
Kremp, Fame has been playing.
Ghosty comes in and just changes optics dynamic completely. So I think now a lot of people are looking at challengers.
Scrap.
Yeah.
Coming up this year, he's our front runner for Rookie of the Year at the moment. These Challengers players are no joke. They come up, they provide a new level of passion and hunger. Obviously, some of the older guys in the league, that starts to trail off when you've been playing for years and years and years. These guys are fresh, they're talented, and they just have that passion. And it brings, we see Beans coming in. I mean, there's a lot of Challengers players that have been coming in, and these are some of our Challengers players to look out for. First up is Abuza.
Abuza, man. I've been hearing...
Is it Abuser or Abuza?
I've heard both, but I heard the casters called him Abuza, but It's kind of like Decimate's evil twin.
He really does look like Desi.
I've been watching him more and more. A lot of people have been talking about him being next up. He has been insane every single time I've watched him. What sucks about every European Challenger player is the visa problem. It's so much easier for NA players to come up just because there isn't that added layer of... It's just problematic to have to acquire a visa. So for some of these EU Challenger players, I would like to see some of these CDL teams start that visa process early. Like right now, if I'm a struggling team, I'm starting the visa process for them. Like I'm looking at these EU guys and I'm not waiting to the last minute because I feel bad for them.
Start it now.
There are so many players a player like Vortex, honorable mention, who has been winning in challengers consistently in Europe, just unable to get a team and unable to get a shot. And that added layer, that visa issue, definitely plays a part. But talking about some of his stats.
Yeah, it's actually interesting. So I have the overall player statistics pulled up for all of challengers throughout this year. And Abuza is number 1 in overall KD at the moment. Damn. He's got a 1.28 in hardpoint, a 1.36 in search and destroy, and a 1.33 in control. The guy's consistent across every game mode, and he's been just absolutely slaying over there in the EU Challengers. And I also want to point something out. We're obviously highlighting Abuza, but right after Abuza is Dan Ghosty with a 1.29.
Damn, Daniel.
So we got to show some love to the boy on the team. That's that boy, Dan. But yeah, Abuza is a talented player. Think he's next up, at least in my mind.
London. Make that call.
London.
Make that call.
You got to make that call, London. Next up, we have a submachine gun player for you guys. Zin, would you like to introduce our next player that is up next?
He plays for the Rocker Academy. He goes by Real, and there's a lot of talk around him. He's playing in Pro 8s consistently, and he's been doing his thing. I mean, a lot of players Players were shocked with him not being on the actual Rocker team since they've been struggling recently. I have heard that there are some visa problems there. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. Once again, that added layer, it's different. It's difficult, man. You're dealing with the government, and it's a process. So Real has been playing really well in challengers in the SMG role, and Rocker Academy has been considered one of the top NA challengers teams all year long, and they're always a tough team to beat.
They are a threat in the Challengers for sure. They didn't do as good as they normally have been doing in this Challengers Elite. But yeah, Real, I mean, shouts out to him. I'm just going to go over some stats. He has a 1.07 overall, a 1.16 in hardpoint, and a 1.08 in control. He's been struggling in search a little bit, but sometimes we all do.
Yeah.
Especially in this game.
Yeah, so those two were players that stood out, but we have a couple teams that stood out. We want to talk about the teams who won the Challenger Series most recently in both Europe and NA.
And I do want to say, it's no disrespect to the players that are on these winning teams, but some of them have already had their chance in the league, and that's why up next is kind of, if you're performing at an unbelievable level, it'll be kind of hard to deny you, but the players that have had a chance... I
mean, for example, like the most recent team who won NA Challengers was Mohawk, Spart, Neptune, and ProLoot.
Millennium 7.
And 3 or 4 of these players, that's some nice notes. 3 or 4 of these players, 3 of 4 have been in the Pro League. The only player who hasn't been is Mohawk. And I'm not sure how many times we have to say Mohawk has been performing in Challengers before.
Oh my gosh, what is that pick of Mo?
Before he gets a shot, Mohawk, Nep, ProLoot, and Spart. Neptune has been one of the more dominant SMGs and challengers. It's just hard to highlight them individually for up next when 3 of 4 have already been in the league and a lot of players already consider them pro players in a sense. But Mohawk, I mean, the kid's been in challengers for a little too long now. I'm not sure how many times the kid has to win before someone actually gives him a shot. So,
and who knows? He might be up next in our next up next segment.
It's just, dude, for a main AR, it's probably the hardest role to get in. Like if you're a top challenger, you want to be an SMG or a flex because the main AR role, only 12 in the league. It's a very difficult barrier to break.
Well, flexes, there's only 12 as well, but flexes you could, I guess,
you can make an AR sub, you can make an SMG and AR. It's so much easier.
Yeah, fair. But next up,
Europe.
we want to show love to the EU challenger scene as well. Unnamed end up winning Henry, Rafi, Mythics, and Furious Liam. Congratulations to those 4 players. I think Furious Liam was he the one that shot my body, or was that Furious Claws?
That might have been Furious Claws.
I don't know which one of the Furious guys shot my body, the motherfuckers.
Here we go. We got Henry, Mythics, Rafi, and Furious. When I was watching, I saw Henry popping off, and I'm not going to lie, I was kind of shocked to see Unnamed win. They won 4-0. I mean, they swept EU Challengers in finals. With teams like Notorious and players like Abusa who are popping off, I was a little shocked to see such a dominant performance from these guys, but they all did their thing. Like I said, I think Henry, for me, the maps I was watching, he was popping off. But to win 4-0 in an EU final, all 4 of these players did their thing.
Yeah.
And congratulations on your win.
Challengers, there's a lot of competition down there. There's a lot of very talented players. And that's why we wanted to make this segment. So congratulations to both teams that won the Elite for Challengers. And we'll be watching you guys a lot more closely. And we will be deciding who is up next. But that's our up next segment.
Hope you guys enjoyed that. Let us know what players you think deserve to be up next in the segment. But now it's time for my favorite. Is it your favorite?
It is. It has a soft spot for me because
I know it's your guy's favorite.
It goes from like super serious of a show to we start to
I'm
get
about
a little,
to fuck on you.
We get to have a little bit of fun and a little competition game show. We've got rapid fire.
Okay, let me fucking.
So currently it is 1-1 in rapid fire. Last week Zinni got the easiest questions of all time, and I got some of the hardest.
Smack your ass like so.
Yeah, it was an absolute mismatch. So today you're gonna ask me first. Let's get into it.
All right. As soon as that timer starts, I'm gonna say 3, 2, 1, go. When I say go, I need that timer to start. You guys know the deal. Rapid fire questions, 10 questions each. You have 60 seconds to answer. If you don't know it, you can say skip. I'm ready whenever. 3, 2, 1, go. What is the tallest building in Dallas?
The bank. Or the Sphere.
I don't know. What was the series count for Optic Texas's first match of the season?
First match of the season?
Yes, you were playing.
Oh, God. 3-2.
Wrong. How many hours of AW gameplay was watched during its first week?
What? I don't know. 1 million hours? 2 million?
No. In what state is it legal to hunt unicorns?
Colorado. Gotta be
no.
Shit. Dude, these questions are insane.
What drink did Bose choose on yesterday's watch party?
Gatorade.
You're toast. At what tournament did Optic's 2018 roster get their worst placement ever?
Champs.
No. What cereal is once illegal to sell on Sundays in Columbus, Ohio?
Dude, Captain
This is
Crunch?
insane. What's the name of Method's hometown?
Hoboken.
No, Homedale.
Newark.
Homedale. You just got 0 right.
Dude.
Those were impossible.
What are those questions?
To be fair,
What
the tallest building is the Bank of America Plaza building. You said the bank.
I get one for that then.
I don't know.
I get one for that. What are those
bank?
questions?
You just, okay. Fuck, that means mine are hard too.
What the fuck?
Damn it. Okay.
I got one?
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. I'm ready whenever.
3, 2, 1.
How many grenades are thrown in COD over 5 years?
20 million?
Dude, not even close. In Ohio, what animal is illegal to throw at anybody?
The beaver.
No. Which language has the most individual words?
Japanese.
No. How many people live in the smallest town in New Jersey?
1,000.
No. What was the title of the most recent Process episode?
Christ. 3-peat.
No. What was the name of the first COD Zombies map?
Dayton, whatever.
Daytona?
Nosh, whatever.
What is Mbose's middle name?
I don't know.
What is the population of DFW to the nearest 100,000?
300,000.
Dude, this is insane.
Hurry up.
How long can the wood frog hold its urine for?
5 days. Are you fucking kidding me?
8 months. What are these questions?
Also, you don't win that. You said the bank.
The bank.
No, it's the Bank of America Plaza building.
Bank.
0-0 tie.
Then
Fuck.
I get half a point. That's a win.
No.
Yes.
What's Bose's middle name?
I don't know. They didn't even put the answer for me, but you didn't answer it.
What animal is illegal to throw at people?
Snake.
What else? How many grenades are thrown?
300 billion. Yeah, you said 20 million.
And what was the most recent name of the process?
Formal builds 2 dynasty teams.
Oh, Rod, you can fuck yourself with that one, man.
Varuk is the name of
me?
Varuk or Varuk is the name of the first COD
I thought it was
map?
like it's something D Toten. I forget what the name was.
The wood frog can hold its urine for 8 months.
What?
That's sick. That's the opposite of you.
Dude.
Because you can hold your urine for about 30 minutes.
He knows we're dumb, right? Like, he knows we're not, like, scholarly.
Yeah. And then
And
the
he's
last
asking
question,
me-
which you didn't get to, was who won COD Champs in 2015? What would you have said?
2015?
Yeah, it was the last question.
Was it Envy?
No, you would have got it wrong.
Who was it?
Denial.
Denial? I probably would have got Denial, actually. What
Well,
the fuck? You don't win that. No,
That's
you don't.
0.5 to
You said
0.
the bank.
0.5 to 0.
You
Chat,
don't win. He said the bank. No, I don't get. I'm putting my foot down.
Chat,
What's the
0.5.
next segment, dude?
Chat, 0.5.
Is it? Wait, hold on. Our next segment. I'm curious what your balance was because I might have won again because I went crazy today in Prize Picks. Speaking of, welcome to Prize Picks. I won that, or no one won that.
Welcome into Prize Picks, a
You guys-
segment where we compete against each other for a charity of our choice. In this segment, we both put picks down on Call of Duty matches, and whoever has the most money in their balance at the end will donate $10,000 to their charity of choice. Mine
You're
is
doing
Gamers Outreach.
Gamers Outreach. I'm doing the Anxiety and Depression Association of America. So there is no real loser, but between us two, obviously it's competitive. I don't want to lose to the moron in anything we do.
Yep.
So can you compare the balances, please? I'm curious. How
Yeah.
much do you have in there?
So right now, Riley, if you could throw it to my screen really quickly, I have 670 in there right now.
I've lost.
I lost today. Bance Kenny. I took less on Bance.
Where do
He
you see
got
670? Press that top right real quick.
up here? It's literally right there.
Oh, okay, fair.
Yeah.
Okay,
Bance
you win.
Bance got one more kill than I needed him to. The bastard Kenny got 38. I lose that, but this one was a banger.
Yeah, Lamar finds a big two-piece for you, the fucking asshole.
I mean, I was good by 5 kills.
Yeah.
That's a big hit right there. This one, I've missed by 1. I'm missing by 1 pretty frequently. Abeezy, Bance, both of them hit for more. Thank you, guys. Next up, we had Alec Temp. I took 3 maps, less than 46.5. Alec hit, and then more for 49.5. Donnie did not hit. And that one was that from this week?
Open up mine real quick because I
No, these
threw
are
in an
from last
absolute
week.
power play today. And I want to see who costed me.
All right, here's Zins.
Okay, so go to past entries. That was a big one. Octane and Crimp.
Sure.
Let's see, okay. So
threw in a
Joke,
power
a lot of
play.
people costed me. 3 of them. Awakening, Hydra,
What is
and
this
Alec.
What is this monstrosity?
That was a 6-player entry.
Yeah, that's a 6 leg. All right, keep going. You lost this week, by the way.
This next one was big. I put $100 in, and Cammy and Octane came in firing for me. I thought that would have been enough to take care of you today.
Nope.
Accuracy and Alec today.
Sure.
But, I mean, you got me beat. Chris Lair, come on. Beans, come on. I gave you my spot. And this is how you're doing me?
Is that it for this weekend?
I don't know, but you won. Congratulations. Thank you, of course, to Prize Pick. It's a lot of fun. If you guys see us on the couch saying we're going to open up that app, we're talking about Prize Picks, and we have a
please
lot
do
of
it-
fun.
Please do it responsibly. I've been seeing people, do it responsibly.
And what code should they use because you won?
Scump.
When you sign up for Prize Picks, if you use code SCUMP, you get up to a $100 match on your first deposit.
As you can see, we are not throwing around big time picks. We're throwing in 20, 50. Do it responsibly, folks.
It takes talent. It takes a science.
Yes.
Me, I'm still learning. I'm like a scientist.
But we have a lot of-
I'm in the lab.
We have a lot of fun with it. Shouts out to Prize Picks. Again, at the end, we'll be donating $10,000 to our charity of choice, whoever wins. And thank you very much to Prize Picks. Use code SCUMP at sign up because I won this week.
Well, we have a little bit of an update.
We have an update.
We have an update.
You tied. The zombies map answer on Seth's answer key was wrong. Zinni got the zombies map.
We have tied. We just received word from production. I was right about the zombies map.
So we tied this week. So
We
it's,
tied.
It's 1-1-1 right now. I've won 1, you've won 1, and we've tied.
So that means it's going to come down to the major in Columbus. Holy fuck. I'm going to smoke those Oakleys
It's like that
off
one
your head.
show. What's that one show? The Impractical Jokers?
Yes, and you look like...
And I'm going to have to wear a tutu on a humid day, no underpants, balls flopping.
we haven't decided what the punishment is yet, but it's going to be insane.
I have to run down the main street in downtown Dallas, tutu, humid day, Flap, flap.
Flapping. Just flap, 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 flap. And
All
then,
right, folks.
And then if anybody talks to you on the street, you can only say flap. Hello, flap, 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 flap. Flap, flap, flap.
That is our Prize Picks segment of the day. I am in the lead. Shouts out Prize Picks. Do it responsibly. Next up,
Well, I'm up 2-1. Okay.
we
go
have
ahead.
a fan favorite, ladies and gentlemen. We have the top 10 plays of the week.
Welcome to the top 10. If you don't know what this one is, then I don't know what to
goodness.
say. I mean, it's the top 10 plays of the weekend. We've seen plenty of plays, beautiful plays, great plays, impactful plays, cracked plays. You name the plays, we've got them for you here on the top 10. This one, I already know it's going to be scraps. Beautiful 1v2. This second kill was insane. Priesta, his wig just went flying off his head.
It went flying, Zin. He gets a nice little pistol shot there, hits him with the headshot multi in the camera. Look at him. They're having a good time. Scraps fired up. He looks like a tomato, mate.
I mean, Lord. Number 9, here we go. It's none other than our 1v2 guest himself, the player who could never beat me. A beautiful 1v2.
Critical round.
Kills Assault off the bomb.
And shoots some bodies.
The second kill didn't matter, but he still gets the kill and shoots body. That's double the disrespect.
Shows him
Insane.
some extra love right there.
Insane.
Big clutch.
Number 8,
I mean, just a bang out. This
a
is Sammy.
bang out today.
Sammy with 3, a very impactful 3-piece.
All right, I mean, that's almost as quick as you in the sack.
It was a quick clip there, but impactful
Jesus.
3-piece. They go on to win that map. Next up, we got Kenny wreaking absolute havoc on the same map.
And you're
I'm
not talking Colt. Dap. Kenny, great plays. Kyler, I mean, look at the kid go. He finds 2. This is to fend off the forces of LAG in this final
Map
sequence.
saving,
To close
perhaps.
this out 3-0.
Sure. Map saving 3-piece. Make it 4 for Kyler. Guy's been absolutely unreal. And he
5.
gets another. That's that boy.
Beautiful,
Hook,
beautiful,
AKA
beautiful,
Whoop.
beautiful plays from Kyler, man.
Sure. Boys are getting hype as well. Brandon's.
Number 5,
We got-
none other than, is this Chris Lair?
No,
it's
this is Pred
with an ace
against
versus
FaZe.
FaZe. I mean, Lord.
We talk about how he has a 1.74 in Search and Destroy for this split. This is one of the reasons why. I feel like every time he plays FaZe in Search, I was saying it on the watch party, he always goes insane.
Insane in the membrane.
I think he ends this map with like 13 or 14 kills, and he gets an ace right there to get him going a little bit.
Sure.
All right, number 4 is Zinni's.
Sorry. I was getting ready for our Call of Community segment, but dude, there's something about
It's not-
Kiz in this kitchen.
It's none other than Kiz with another 4-piece
There's
in
something
kitchen.
about Kiz in that kitchen.
He
man.
loves it in the kitchen,
He
that
just
bastard.
finds 4 every single time.
And Hydra, this is back-to-back 3-pieces, ladies and gentlemen. He gets 3 to break open the top 3, P3 hill on this embassy. Asim stands no chance, bada bing, runs out through orange. Give him one more. Give him the 6-piece. And he's still flying.
I mean, somehow, some way, the kid is just always dominant. Here we go. This is Kremp, the rookie. I mean, this kid's POV is nice. This is verse optic, so it is no small task to perform like this. And he was just finessing the pack like Messi. I
Sure.
mean, he's bottom white. He's twisting, turning, reloading, gunning, shooting, knifing. You name it, Kremp's got it for you.
He's also in a very
They go
advantageous...
0-2 this weekend, but still, he was playing nice.
Well, yeah, they're playing optic, and they get 3-0'd in this match, but he's in an advantageous position, making a lot of crucial kills. And right here, goodness gracious, he just absolutely turns and burns.
Yeah, and number 1,
This is a BZ, so I'm pretty sure this
this might be a montage of a BZ.
This is a literal montage of a BZ, so everyone strap in.
I didn't know FaZe brought back Ilcams.
Yeah, this is a 2-minute long montage of a BZ just going absolutely insane on Hydro. Wait, can this get off the screen?
I mean, I can't imagine that sack being large, but whatever size it is, he was dropping it
Dude.
on Rocker.
Just 3-piece.
Those
after
Cadbury mini
3-piece.
eggs all over Rocker.
This-
I mean, just...
Was this the most impressive hardpoint performance we've seen in the past, I don't know, 5 years? 6, like...
I've said this before as a joke, but when I say this, I mean it. It looked like he was playing a pub versus a pro team in Rocker. I mean, he was a consistent highlight reel. The amount of 3-pieces he had this map probably sets the CDL record or the Call of Duty record in general in a competitive match for 3-pieces. I mean, it was legitimately insane.
It has to. He has a 2-minute montage against Rocker. You know, sorry, Rocker, but you got to just somebody trade this guy. You know, he's flying, getting kills, doing it with the AR. He's 21-6. If this map went longer, he was on pace for 50, maybe 55 kills.
And I have to admit something. I made a joke about his sack probably not being large. I've accidentally seen it. It's huge. just like a big. It's a big.
When the fuck did you accidentally see it?
I didn't actually see it, but I didn't want to. I just wanted him to. I didn't want to say he's got a small ball sack.
I mean,
Riley, I hear him reacting back there.
yeah, Riley's loving it back there.
You just know by this sequence, it's a big sack. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and FaZe, they don't even really have to do anything because, again, there's one, there's two, and here he comes for another three.
Dude, if I was playing against this, I would have frisbeed my scuff just through a monitor.
What do? He's 30-7.
There's nothing you can do when a player like this is popping off.
And we have some honorary mentions here. Clayster with the no-scope.
From Eubanks.
Clayster getting a little bit down and dirty with the no-scope. And this one, I love this one. Standy.
Pull-ups.
What's going on? Hixie kills Scrap through Standy, and they end up winning the round because of it. I thought it was great. That's our top 10 for the week.
Beautiful.
It was a great week. Abizi, shouts out to him for making it easy. The guy just went absolutely rogue in that hydroelectric hard point.
Yeah, that was the top 10. Once again, there's obviously so many good plays throughout the weekend. Those 10 stood out to us, and I don't think you can argue any of them. We saw some 1v2 clutches. We saw a montage from Abizi. We saw some pieces from Kyler. I mean, just an overall incredible weekend of Call of Duty. And now, to introduce our final segment of the night, the Call of Community.
What's going on, guys? How are we feeling in the chat? We hope you guys enjoyed pretty much the whole show. Now we're going to sit down. We're going to answer some questions from you guys. Zin has a couple from Twitter. If you guys aren't following, what's the Twitter?
Breakdown Pod.
If you guys aren't following Breakdown Pod, we ask for questions. So if you want to be featured on the show and have your question 100% read, make sure to follow the Twitter and send us questions when we ask for the Call of the Community. How'd you guys like the rest of the show? Did you guys enjoy?
Yeah, so you're on Twitch duty. Guys, if you're tuned in live, it's your time to ask questions in the Twitch chat.
Here's the chat.
You take care of chat. Guys, we hope you guys have enjoyed the show. It's been a blast. Obviously, a good amount of fun. A little bit of difficulty, but nonetheless, excited to end it off on a high note. This first question is from Retrob USA. He said, for both of you, name the toughest loss you have ever experienced in your career. I assume you both would say World War II champs.
No.
What's yours?
Mine was probably Black Ops 3 champs.
Okay.
Because I think Black Ops 3 champs, AW champs, I think we were the best team in the game at both of them. And the Black Ops 3 one hurt for sure. Yeah. So mine was BO3 champs.
Mine was World War II because I think if we win one map versus EG, I think we make a good run. And I think there was at least more of a chance that I would. My career could have looked differently because we probably maybe would have kept me on the roster if we somehow placed top 2, top 3, or won it or something, maybe. So, I mean, that was just tough because that Optic team, everyone makes jokes about, but we were really good at respawn. We just couldn't figure out search, and that team will always be like a what if for me. But yeah, any questions you see yet in Twitch chat?
I'm looking for them, chat. If you guys have some questions for us, we'd love to answer them. Someone asked me, what game did I perform my best in? So I'll ask you the same question. My best game, it's kind of annoying because my best game didn't really have the eyes on it.
MW3, you about to say?
Yeah, MW3 was far and away my best game, but the problem was not a lot of people were watching the tournaments, so people don't even really remember that game, which is unfortunate because I was a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah. Mine's probably World War II, and that's just the game I popped off most in, and I was pretty consistently at the top of the leaderboards and the statistics, and I felt comfortable. But I will always... I hate the fact that I didn't get the chance to compete at the pro level in Cold War during the Krig meta. I hated that M4 meta, and when I played Challengers, I just felt insane, and I felt like Cold War would have looked pretty good for me if I had the chance to compete in the Krig meta. But, I mean, World War II is probably my answer, I guess.
Yeah.
But I do think if I Cold War, I was insane.
You were pretty good at World War II.
Thank you.
Do you have a question, or do you want me to pick another one from the chat?
Who is your dark horse from the major? This is from Demon. Mine's Vegas. I mean, right now I don't see Vegas winning. Yeah. It wouldn't be the most shocking thing for Vegas to win. Like, it's not super far-fetched like a London.
I don't think Vegas,
disrespect, but that's Vegas, my dark horse.
I don't think they're going to win the event. I think they have a chance to definitely make a run, maybe get top 4, maybe top 3, but for them to win the event, a lot is going to have to fall in their favor. I think they've done a really good job turning their team around, but right now, personally, I don't see them winning. But I could see them definitely making a run and performing well. And obviously, we're always rooting for Clay. So, if he wins an event, it would be great, but obviously we'd rather see Optic win it. Yeah, I actually have an interesting question. It's a bit of a spicy question.
Go ahead.
Why, if Hook is playing so well, does everyone want Optic to get Pred?
Well, I do think people have sort of calmed down a little bit with the Pred talk. Based on Kyler's most recent. The fact of the matter is if Optic wins champs, there's almost a 100% chance they'll stick together. COD is very recency bias based, and COD champs is pretty much the only event people will ever care about.
Yeah.
That being said, it gets tricky because certain players, once contracts are up, like once they're signed to extended deals, there's a very limited window to scoop certain players. And Pred, someone who's going to be a free agent this offseason, is a hot commodity for a lot of teams. So, of course, with Optic having the biggest fan base in Call of Duty esports history, everybody wants to have the best team. And Pred's considered probably one of, if not the best SMG players in the game. But Kyler has been playing lights out. And that's why I hope that talk
Kyler
right now is...
might be playing the best on the team right now.
Yeah, I mean, that talk should be no more right now.
By might be, I think Kyler is playing the best overall on the team. He has been a force. He has over a 2 in Search and Destroy. So the thing about it is, Pred is a generational talent. I think if this team wins champs, which right now I think they're the best team in the game, if they win champs, they stick. If they don't win, then it's more of a conversation. But right now, it's kind of hard to deny Kyler anything because he's just playing so damn well.
Yeah.
He's been playing out of his mind.
Who wins in a 2v2 match? Seth and Dashy versus Methods and Cell. This is from the Mega Mike. I think me and MacArthur put you in a box.
What was that?
Who wins in a 2v2? You and Dashy versus me and Cell. I think me and MC just put you and Brandon in a box.
Dashy versus you and Cell?
Yeah, I'm putting you down. I'll even run a sub and beat you. If I hear Cell going, nice, he's top, nice, Brandon's above you, set behind you. I mean, I'm just laying it in, you know what I'm saying? I'm just fucking...
how quickly they forget.
Putting you down.
I had a 1.2 online on this game.
Yeah, online. You're a warrior.
I was a fucking
online.
onliner.
You loved your internet.
I was a fucking onliner before I retired, and I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be a close match. It'd be fun. You have any other questions? Any other brain boxes over there, you fucking moron?
Let's find one more each. Twitch chat. Let's get a question from there. Let's take both from chat. We want to incentivize you guys watching live. Of course, you can also watch on YouTube and Spotify after the show airs live, but we really do appreciate those who tune in live on a weekly basis to show us that extra bit of support and love.
Yep.
And let's take some more questions from Twitch chat.
Okay. I'm waiting for some good ones here. So if you guys have any questions you'd like to get answered, who wins, Optic Texas current team or Optic Dynasty?
Okay,
they're insane.
I don't think people realize
they are fucking insane for that question.
Okay,
we won 20 chips in 3 years.
Yeah, it would take a lot. Like I saw some questions about like, oh, with the Ghosty edition, can you start comparing this team to the Optic Dynasty? And the answer is just flat out, not even close, no. And I'm sorry for those that hate to hear that, but it's not even remotely a conversation.
And I love this team. I think that this team is very talented. I think that this team has an opportunity this year to go all the way and win champs. Yeah. I think right now, in their current form, Kyler and Ant working so well together, I do think that they have the opportunity to win champs. But the recency bias is kind of nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, we won 20 chips in 3 years.
I mean, it's not even close yet. They're the best team in the world right now, but we're talking about a team that was dominant for events on end years. Like, it is a different conversation.
Do I think this team has a lot of potential? Absolutely. But
someone said, who is the most underappreciated player of all time?
Underappreciated?
I'm going with Slacked.
Slacked? That's a decent shout.
I don't think Jerry gets his flowers. I think Jerry saw success in literally every single game he played. Every single one of his teams was always a top-performing team. Maybe towards the tail end of his year, he didn't get maybe some of the respect he deserved. But my answer is Slacked. No one really talks about Jerry, so my answer is Slacked.
Yeah, I might say Nate Shot. Nate Shot was a great player. I always dog on him a little bit too, but it's from a place of love, obviously. He's one of my great friends. But Nate Shot, I mean, for what he did for the Call of Duty community, I feel
People are
like
saying karma.
I feel like it kind of gets put in the past now. You know,
They're saying karma like he's not on Mount Rushmore.
yeah, you guys are faded for saying karma.
Lord.
Nate Schott did a lot for this community. He was a solid player at the time. I wish he would have gave me more at Ghost Champs, but what are you going to do?
Jesus. I wish you gave me more. Sorry.
But yeah,
I
Nate
wasn't gonna say
Schott,
it.
huge figure and a pretty solid player as well. One of the better OBJs whenever OBJs were, prevalent. I don't think the OBJ term really gets thrown around anymore. There's not really roles, but I think Nate Schott's a little bit underappreciated, at least nowadays.
Yeah.
Maybe not, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, but nowadays.
Yep. One more? Let's take one more from chat, guys. We're looking. If you and Seth owned a team other than Optic, what city and team name would you choose?
I mean,
The Columbus Cox.
dude,
I love Columbus. I think it's an underrated city.
you're insane.
I think that name would get a lot of traction, love and support. The jerseys, I mean,
You're just dumb.
the jersey opportunities are endless.
You're
Chicago Cox. I'm
you're-
going Columbus Cox.
You're just fucking dumb.
How about you, Scump?
What will my team name be?
Yeah, city and name.
I don't know. That is a hard question, but you said the Columbus Cox?
Yeah,
Yeah, not that. I'm going to skip that question.
go Cox.
I can't think of one off the top of my head.
Think about foam fingers in the shape of Cox. Go Cox.
Yeah. Riley is literally cracking up on the other side, or Roger is cracking up on the other side.
Yeah, absolutely.
We could take one more question.
One more, guys.
If we see a spicy one.
What is Zinni's favorite Scump moment and vice versa? You pick another one, but my favorite moment with you personally is probably you. We were at that local land, and you're like, I'm dropping a nuke with the PDW on Slum's Hardpoint.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite moment.
Yeah, that was a good moment.
Do you even have one of me? That's fucking insane. He doesn't.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't think of one off
You're
the top.
fucking weird.
The Columbus days where we'd go to Lifetime.
We'd work out and eat. That's our. We go work out and eat.
We'd go work out.
That's insane.
Oh, it was dope though,
That
dude.
Mocha Madness shake is unbelievable.
It was a dope period, bro.
Yeah, it was.
We were
That
playing
was the
pretty
golden-
solid. We were going out. We were working out. We were getting,
Those were the
shakes.
Those were
going
the
to
golden
Kona.
days. Those are the golden days of COD.
The golden days of Call of
The
Duty.
MLG Columbus Arena days. I don't think any player, unless you were there, you'll never get to experience that level of just. It was literally like one giant.
Everyone was a lot more close knit back then. Nowadays,
now it's
the
very
teams are
team-based, yeah.
very separated at events. Really, like obviously you have friends on different teams. You go chop it up, whatever. But you don't really hang out with other people like that.
Yep.
So yeah, those were the golden days. Everyone was always hanging out, all that shit.
Yep. You have any more
Any more what?
questions?
I haven't seen any. No, I'm trying to scrub through. It's kind of difficult.
Most underrated map in COD. I would like to see them remaster some of the MW3 maps.
Give me Arcadens.
I'd love to see Arcaden. Hard Hat was fun. Lockdown was a great CTF map. Wow. I mean, MW3 is criminally underrated just due on a competitive level, just due to the fact that there wasn't that much developer support for that title. There wasn't LANs and a league. And
I like this question whenever you're...
yeah, let's go.
Who is the hardest gunfight in the league right now? In the game? Obviously, we're a little bit removed, but I mean, we still shot against them. Who's the hardest gunfight in the league right now?
When I was playing,
Yeah.
Hydra.
That kid's hard to fucking outgun.
Yeah, he was
Actually,
my
he
hardest
just
fight.
shoots very straight.
He was my hardest
You
fight.
can outgun him, but if you miss, he'll kill you.
Yeah,
He shoots very straight.
He was my hardest fight.
Yeah. I would say a Hydra,
And Celium.
Celium.
Celium doesn't give you freebies.
No.
He's just his positionings. I can't start on Celium because I won't stop. Go ahead.
I mean, Brandon, I never played against Brandon really. Maybe in World War II a couple times, but he's got a really good shot.
He can shoot.
He can shoot very straight. Yeah, probably players like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, listen.
Beezy. Simp.
Yeah. There's a lot of good players in this
There's
league.
a lot of good players. There's a lot of hard kills in the league. But I think that's going to do it.
That's going to do it for today's episode, man. I mean, we are having more and more fun every single week.
Today
you guys
we had
heard
some,
it on the watch party.
We
Sorry,
had
go
some
ahead.
hiccups today.
Listen, some hiccups, it happens. Everyone's human. Obviously, we'd like to minimize those and them happen never, but we live in the real world. We appreciate you guys bearing with us and realizing that this is a difficult show to run.
I think it turned out very well despite some of the hiccups we had. Obviously, this is a full-fledged production, so thank you guys for being patient with us. I really do appreciate it.
Next time you'll see us, won't be this sad. We are running the show live from Columbus, Ohio on Championship Sunday at Major 4.
Yeah,
so
we're going to try. Don't give them false promises because
we're going to do our best.
We're going to do our best. We don't know the logistics of it. I'm pretty sure our production crew here said that we're going to be able to do it, but obviously it is different. We do have a lot of segments.
The plan is to go live from Columbus is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, with the plan right now.
I look good today.
We're going to try our best to get that show on the road for you guys. But if not, it'll be after. But we're going to try to do Columbus for you guys. Shouts out to all you guys for being here. We hope you enjoyed. What episode was this? 4th? 5th?
I don't know, but I'm having more and more fun, and I can't wait to go get dinner. And wow.
Was this our 4th episode?
I think it was 5th.
I think this was our 4th.
4th?
I think it was our 4th.
Number 4, guys, Breakdown Pod on Twitter. YouTube.com/Scump for the breakdown episodes. I also post content on Methods YouTube. And Spotify. If you're going to the gym, you're going to school, you're on a long drive, you can catch us on Spotify. We'd really appreciate your love there. Even if you don't listen to it, put it on mute, press play when you go to bed. Helps us out. Thank you. We appreciate it.
I don't think they want to put us on mute. And, well, they
want to help us out.
But imagine being in bed and you hear the Columbus Cox.
Go Cox!
I mean,
go Cox! I'm walking around
you're
saying
waking
that
up. You're waking up drenched in
Cox.
sweat, saying "Not again."
Go Cox!
Yeah.
Can you imagine people start waking up out of sleep? Go Cox! Just go Cox!
Oh my God, you are one of the dumbest I've ever seen
or
heard. But, ladies and gentlemen, huge shouts out to you guys. You guys make this possible. Thank you so much for coming out, supporting the watch party and the breakdown today. Next week, we'll be flying to Columbus. We got the major Thursday through Sunday. It's going to be an absolute blast. We're going to try to run the show from there. And I think it's going to be great.
Listen, man, we love you. Thank you so much. The watch party support has been crazy. We appreciate your love on the show. We are constantly trying to improve it. So if you want to see longer segments, shorter segments.
Oh yeah, how'd you guys like the deep dive
segment
today?
ideas.
We didn't ask.
We make this show for you guys.
Was the deep dive better for you guys today with the shorter, obviously shorter segments, different game modes, stuff like that?
And you can be honest.
Did you guys like it more than the original one?
W?
I'm seeing only W's.
Love that, baby. We love that.
I saw one L, but he's got a shriveler.
A shriveler?
Come on now.
Oh my God.
And
so instead of saying go Cox, you say go Shrimps.
go Shrimps.
Go Shrimps.
So yeah, it looks like they like the deep dive.
Yeah, listen, thank you guys. Love you. I mean, what a show. I mean, I'm stupid.
You're dumb.
I'm dumb, but I look good.
You're looking dumb is what you're looking. Thank you guys for being with us. You guys have a fantastic rest of your Sunday. Tomorrow, I won't be live. Tomorrow, I have content in the morning. Or actually,
I'll be live.
Tomorrow, I have a vet appointment in the morning, followed by recording all day for my YouTube. Obviously, we're going to be gone. I'm going to be vlogging Columbus. You're going to be vlogging Columbus. I think we're going to have multiple vlogs going. It's going to be dope. We're going to have a lot of content.
We got plenty of POV.
Yeah, you guys aren't going to miss a moment from Columbus. And then Tuesday, I should be live. I have a X Defiant stream and another stream that we're going to be doing on Tuesday, and then I fly out Wednesday. So I'll see you guys on Tuesday for the next live stream. Zin, you'll be live tomorrow?
I'll be live tomorrow, and love you guys. What's the red button for? Riley, shut it off. Love you.
Don't shut it off.
Gotta go.
You guys have a good rest of your evening.
Gotta go.
We'll catch you guys next time, and this was The Breakdown.
The Breakdown.
Thank you, guys.